All right, so here we are. Welcome to our Wednesday night team call. Karina, I see you're in your nice comfy chair, hopefully recovering and feeling good after surgery. Yeah? Feeling pretty good? Good, cool. All right, girls, so tonight I want to talk about challenge groups and the importance of challenge groups and some different ways that you can change things up to create engaging and good content and engaging your challengers to help them get results. So I want to open it up. Go ahead and unmute yourself and just let's just talk a little bit about why a challenge group is important. Like, why do you guys think hosting challenge groups is important for you and your business?
So that your customer knows that you're legit and learns something from you and shows that you know your material and that you have something to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone else?
Hold you accountable to do the same as you expect your customers to do.
Yeah, keeps us on our own path, right? Keeps us on track with ourselves and holds us a little bit more accountable for sure. Anyone else?
I think it definitely helps to identify your rock stars or, grow your team along with you who to offer this opportunity to.
Yeah, absolutely. So that, while they're all great answers and they're all so very true, that's really what I wanted to talk about tonight is hosting the challenge groups is one, you're helping people and helping them get results and keeping accountable for yourself, and you're providing value to people. But like Tatiana just said, you're creating those lifers. You're helping people become believers in the products like you are a believer in the product because they themselves are getting results and you're finding those rock stars. So to really create a good, solid team of coaches and people who want to work this business and people who are excited about the products that we have to offer and excited to help other people, we have to create awesome challenge groups, right? We have to create those that engagement to help them get the results that what they want and to help them feel good and to help them feel healthy so that they get excited and want to share that with other people, right? It's so much easier if somebody's already a believer in the product and is already getting results with the product and has their own story for them to go out and share that with other people and to help other people get started on a healthier path. And it's easier for them to get started as a coach because they've already been there. They've already been where somebody that's following them is right now. So with that said, challenge groups every single month are a must. That is something that, like, I know when I first started that sometimes you're like, well, I really don't have anybody interested, or maybe you haven't been consistent in your business and you don't really have a lot of conversations going, or you don't have a lot of people that are in your 10 and play or your yeses yet. So you kind of feel like, well, I only have one person. So make that one person get freaking awesome results and help them to get on a healthier path. Don't think about the numbers. That's not what it's about, you guys. It's about starting to inspire one life at a time. Make the date of your next challenge group and make it a priority to start. People will come, but you have to set that date. You have to give people something. You have to give yourself something to invite people to. And you have to create that deadline for yourself so that you're not like, oh, well, I'm not really sure when I'm starting, or if they ask for more information, well, we're going to be starting soon, and you just keep saying soon. Well, if you're not pulling the trigger, they're not going to either because there's no deadline. There's no reason for them to commit and say, yes, I'm joining you on December 1st when you open your registration, or no, I just can't make that work. Maybe, in January we can get together. You have to set it in stone and you have to start visualizing. With Emily's call, she's talking a lot about wealth and abundance and seeing that in your life. this is the same thing. You have to start seeing that amazing challenge group and those people excited to join you and people coming to you for help, and put that out there and start seeing that every day, and know that on December 7th, I'm starting a challenge group. And on December 1st, I'm opening registration, and that's when people are going to enroll. And they're going to enroll because they're excited to be a part of this group and to stay on a healthier path for the holidays. You have to start manifesting that and believing it every day. But the physical act of writing out when your next challenge group is, and then putting the deadline, so that when you do start talking with people and they say, yes, I'm really excited, and they want more information, you've already gone through their goals, you've already gone through setting them up with the proper program by using the scripts, and then they say, okay, well, what do I need to do? You say, okay, perfect, girl, what we're going to do is we're going to get you registered for the group on such and such a day. That's when registration opens. Does that work well for you? If they say yes, great. If they say no, you say, well, we can have until such and such a date for you to register. Will that work? Or is maybe another group going to be a better fit for you? Do you feel like you're beating your head against the wall when you don't get a yes or no answer? Like, how many of you feel frustrated when somebody doesn't get back to you, or somebody doesn't give you a yes, or they don't give you a no? But are you asking them a yes or no question? Are you asking them if sometimes, yeah, right? So that's an honest answer, and I appreciate that. But if you're not asking them a yes or no question, they don't know to give you that answer. That's our job, is to find out when is going to work for them. Okay, so I hope that inspires you. If you're not already doing a challenge group on your own every single month, at least one a month. 2, I was doing 2 for a while, and I'll be perfectly honest. You guys know I'm an open book, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. I was doing 2. I was doing one the first Monday of the month and one the third Monday of the month. This month I'm only doing 1 because I had 11 girls that jumped into that test group, and I'll be perfectly honest, that's taking up a lot of my time, but I want to pour all my love into those girls because they are really excited about this new program. So I've decided to not do a second group. And I think that for the sake of the holidays in December, I'm not going to do a second group either. I'm going to make one kick-ass group. And I'll decide after the first of the year if that's how I'm going to keep doing it. I think you have to change things up, and you have to work with what works for you. It's not always going to be the same. But I would much rather have 5 or 10 girls in one group who are kicking ass and getting results and feeling really good than doing 2 half-ass groups that are getting no engagement. Would you agree? Like, just having one really good group, right, that you can pour all of your love into. So find what works for you. You know, at the time, doing 2 groups was helping me to hit Success Club more easily for the month. But and it made sure that I had a group constantly going to plug a new person into. But like I said, that's kind of my reasoning for why I'm going to change it up for the next 2 months. But at least 1 group a month should be a priority. And if you need some help, reach out to a teammate and see if they want to pair up on a group. Or say in the group, say, hey girls, like, I'm starting this new challenge group. I have 2 girls that are really, really excited, and I would love for them to have a little bit more engagement. Does anybody else in the team need a little bit of extra accountability that you could jump in the group with us and maybe engage and help my group along? We're a team, you guys. Like, ask each other for help with stuff like that, okay? So with that said, Meg invited me into a template committee where we're working on creating templates that are very duplicatable for our teams, and it's something I've been really excited about. I'm actually going to share the finished full product in our team files tomorrow. Meg actually just sent that to me today. But I wanted to kind of go over the idea and the concept of the new template and how we're using that to create more engagement in our groups. And so far for my groups, it's working out really, really well. So who feels like their challenge groups have kind of become redundant, or they're really not sure what to post about anymore, or they just find themselves like copying and pasting from old groups and like going through the motions? Like, does anybody else feel like that? Like, you just don't know what to post about anymore? Or you feel like it's all nutrition and fitness and you're really not getting engagement? Because I know I found myself kind of in that boat. Or you're doing mini fitness challenges all the time and look, that's boring. Yeah, so that's why Marguerite changed it up. Yeah, because it just gets redundant, and you want to make them have an awesome experience. You want them to be excited about checking in. You want them to be excited to get on their phone and look in the group every day, right? So what we are now doing is not just health and fitness or nutrition and fitness posts. We're gearing it more towards life posts and asking questions and getting that engagement, just like you would like in your post, getting to know your challengers on a different level and becoming friends with them, because those are the people who are going to be on your team or that you may be eventually inviting to be on your team. So you want them to be your lifers. You want them to be your tribe, right? You want to know who they are as a person, not just if they lost 5 pounds last week. So I'm going to go over the different days, but first I'm going to share a little bit with you about the prep week. So I used to do a prep week, and then I kind of quit doing it because I just didn't get a whole lot of engagement that week. And a prep week, if you're not really sure, is the week prior to your challenge group starting, where you're teaching them about the meal plan and you're teaching them about, the importance of creating that meal plan and going over the containers and all of that information. But I will say with this last group, I did 3 days. I didn't do a full week. I started it on a Wednesday, and then it went Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, instead of just adding them into a group on Friday. And so for your prep week, day 1 is introducing the product. So doing an intro video, introducing yourself, telling them how you're excited about the group. I actually went, because this was a core to 4 specific program, I actually went through my package of what came in the package, what they need to look for, where they're going to find the important information inside their pamphlet to calculate their calories. You can look it on my YouTube. It's on my YouTube page if you want to look at it to kind of get an idea. It's not perfect. It's just me being real and like going through my packet for them. But how many people do you think get their package and they're really excited, but then they get it and they're like, what do I do with all this stuff? And they get overwhelmed and they're just really not sure where to start. And I think that hearing your voice and seeing you walk them through it it's a game changer. Like, it totally changes the tone of the group and the relationship that you're going to have with those people. So make a video. If you're doing it in the My Challenge Tracker app, which I strongly encourage you to do, you do have to make the video and then upload it to YouTube. It's not a big deal. It just takes a couple extra minutes. But if you make it kind of not specific to that team or that group name or whatever, you can reuse that video after you made it the first time, okay? So talking about how to read the schedule in the booklet, the meal plan, how to calculate their calories, and briefly touching on the importance of Shakeology. So like in my intro video, I actually talked about how some people, especially if you're used to fast, convenient choices or processed foods, that you may not love Shakeology right off the bat because of all the superfoods that are in it. And then I went into a little bit about the importance of finding the right recipe for you so that you do enjoy it and you are getting all those vital nutrients that you need during this transition, okay? So then day number 2 is a short video. Again, you can make a post about this, but I did a video taking measurements, the importance of your before pictures that we're going to be kicking off on Monday morning, and that their before pictures and stats are mandatory, that it has to be submitted in either under the post or in their My Challenge Tracker app. They can add all that information, and then the only person who can see that is me, is their coach, right? So it's private if they're not comfortable with their before pictures, that sort of thing. But that it's mandatory before 5 p.m. on Sunday. You can make that whatever you want, but we need to be able to track our progress and to see those milestones. And sometimes people don't feel it right away, or the scale isn't moving, but if you look at a picture side by side, or if you take your measurements, you can see changes in how your body is progressing. So making those before pictures mandatory. Then day number 3 is going to be talking about the meal plan. So I made like a short 3-minute video showing the containers, telling them exactly what each color was for, what group it was for. Again, going over how they calculate their calorie intake. And for quarter 4 specifically, your meal plan changes. The second week you add a fruit, and then the third week you add a fruit and a healthy fat, and then week 4 you go back to your base plan. But it's just going over that information. So again, they further know. I'm still sharing sample meal plans like I normally would in just a regular text post, but I think just showing them what the containers are and how many they should be eating per day and how they can kind of space that out. And I also touch on downloading the 21-Day Fix My Challenge Tracker app, it's 21-Day Fix Tracker, the app that you girls are using right now to track your food, because then they can very simply take a screenshot just like you were doing. I'm requiring that in my challenge groups, where you screenshot your meals for the day on that app and add it to the post each day so that I can see maybe somebody's eating too many carbs, maybe somebody needs to increase their water. I can pinpoint exactly what they're missing or what they maybe need a little bit of help with, okay? Plus it keeps them accountable. It keeps them on track with their meal plan because they know that they're gonna have to post it at the end of the day, what they had, okay? So that's that. Day 4, what is your fitness plan? So talking about what time of the day they're going to be working out, what's going to work best in their schedule, and helping them to understand that they need to look at their schedule ahead of time and plan that out for success so that they aren't feeling like they're just flailing through the week and just trying to fit it in wherever, okay? And then day 5 and through the weekend is just making sure and following up with them about their before pictures. I also have been sending a personal email to them or a text, just making sure they don't have any questions, that they're getting along with their meal plan okay. Sharing grocery lists, personal sample meal plans, go-to recipes, and having them on Sunday share their specific meal plan. So there's all kinds of different things that you guys can do, but those are just some ideas to help your challengers get started correctly and feel confident going into their first week, okay? So then actually diving into the challenge group, I'm gonna go over Monday through Sunday and give you some ideas of posts that we talked about so that it's not just nutrition and fitness. You don't have to use these. There's 3 or 4 for each day so that you can kind of change it up and you don't feel like Monday is always the same thing or Tuesday is always the same thing, and they can almost guess what you're going to post because it's just mundane, just the same thing, repetitive over and over and over. So for Mondays, we talked about motivational quotes. What will I work on better this week? So obviously that would be after the first week that you could ask them to share what they're going to improve upon on this week. Never miss a Monday. So like a post-workout selfie of yourself and maybe even adding an inspirational quote to that. And then how do you feel? And just so you girls know, I will be adding the template too. So if don't feel like I'm rushing you or, like you have to take super crazy notes, because I'll add the template to our group too. Tuesdays, and if you have any questions, just unmute yourself and say, hey, could you explain that a little bit more? Or like, what kind of idea did you have there or whatever, okay? Tuesdays, Tasty Tuesday. So this is where you could share a recipe, but then also asking them to share their favorite go-to recipe or something that they have found that's going to work really well for them. Transformation Tuesday. So this could be sharing your story or sharing somebody else's story that you know, or sharing a transformation from the program that you're using to show somebody else's results from the program that they're currently into. And then this one I particularly love. It's called Tag Tuesday, and it's where you tag a friend in the challenge group and give them a shout out. Somebody who you see being consistent in the group and working towards their goals and showing up every day, you tag them in a post in the group and give them a shout out. You could also take it a step further if you have a really close knit of girls who are all friends on Facebook, or have maybe a couple friends on Facebook, that they could tag their friend on Facebook and give them a shout out there as well. Okay, we good so far? Yeah, okay. Wednesdays. So this is kind of similar, and this is actually the day that I do it, is Shout Out Wednesday. So giving kudos or a shout out to someone in the group you see rocking it or being consistent. Water Bomb Wednesday. So snap a selfie chugging the water, or sharing with them or asking them, here's your water bomb, make sure you drink up, and then sharing with them the importance of water. Maybe sharing, the importance of how much they're drinking per day, giving them the calculation of they should be drinking half of their body weight in ounces every day, that sort of thing, just kind of giving them some more information on hydration. And then Work for It Wednesday is another one. And that's actually where you're just basically putting us, saying something like, who pushed play today? And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you absolutely killed it, and 1 being you pushed play, where would you say that you felt in your workout today? So ask them how they felt during their workout. Did they feel strong, or did they feel like they were kind of tired, or just kind of pushed through it and got it done, which is still great, but asking them how they really felt through their workout. And moving on to Thursdays. So Throwback Thursday is one of my favorites, and this is not your traditional throwback. So this is actually asking them to recognize a milestone or something that they have improved upon, without it being about the scale or about their measurements or their workouts. It's actually asking them to concentrate on non-scale victories. So what you could say in the first week is, last week I would have blank, but this week I blank. So it could be something like, last week I would have had 3 pops before lunch, but this week I have had 1 pop, or whatever it is, and they get to fill in the blanks. And then the second week you could say, 2 weeks ago I would have, but this week I am. And asking them to engage upon the blanks, to share what they're proud of, and to help them recognize that, you guys, because I think Marguerite was talking about it a couple weeks ago. It was like, if somebody drank pop all the time and never drank water, that's huge. And sometimes we kind of forget about the small things like that, but those are the small things that are going to compound over time and create huge differences, right? That's going to really help that person's health get on track, because pop is horrible for you. Anyway, so that's just an idea for that one. I really, really like that one, because it just helps them to see the differences that they're already making. Yes, meet them where they are, see where they are, because as you get further along in your journey, it's not hard to relate, but it does get hard at times to remember those small things, those small things that you gave up. One of the videos I shared with my girls was a video I made a year ago. I found it on my computer and I uploaded it to YouTube, and it was 2 things that when I first started my journey, I would brush my teeth right after dinner, and before dinner, I would drink a full glass of water, because I was so used to eating so much food that those are 2 things that would keep me from overeating in the evenings when I was most hungry. And I don't even think about that stuff anymore, because I don't have to do that, and it's not something that I do. But for people who are just starting, that might have been a game changer for them, to drink a glass of water before they eat their dinner, and to keep them from late night snacking, they brush their teeth. Because I don't know about you guys, but I really, at night, once I brush my teeth, I'm done. That means game over. And it suppresses your appetite too, once you brush your teeth, to have that clean, minty taste in your mouth. So just little things like that. Try to think about things that you can provide that you may have forgotten about, and rack your brain about little stuff like that. Thirsty Thursday, so another way to, drop the water bomb like they do on Wednesday. Thankful Thursday. today I'm grateful for, and leave a blank, and asking them what they appreciate and are grateful for in their life. Fridays. So this one's fun. So we all know that the weekends can be difficult, right? That's where most people tend to fall off track. It's easier. You're out of your daily routine. You don't have as much structure. There's maybe birthday parties or football parties or whatever going on. And now that we're going into the holidays, you probably have more holiday parties, things like that, more tempting foods around. So for Friday, doing a fun food Friday where you're actually helping the girls to plan one cheat meal through the weekend so that they still feel like they're living and they get to enjoy, like if they know they're going to a birthday party, all right, girl, so you might have this and this, so let's make sure that we kind of avoid, you know, those container, like yellow containers earlier in the day, and that we make sure on Sunday morning we are right back on track, and we're not going to let Saturday's bad meal snowball into a bad full day Sunday, and then, you know, before you know it, the whole entire weekend's thrown off, right? So Fun Food Friday is planning your one cheat meal for the weekend and telling us what day or what meal that's going to be, and, you know, just kind of telling us about it so that we can help to get you right back on track after that meal. Flex Friday picture. Fun Fact Friday. So what is one thing we don't yet know about you that makes you you? So just asking them to share something about themselves. Or you could do like a family Friday, you know, what is something that you and your family always do on weekends or something like that. And then the last one for Friday is high and low for the week. So again, concentrating on those non-scale victories. What did you feel good about this week? And what maybe could we do a little bit better on the week coming up? Okay, Saturdays. Share Saturday. So what are your plans for the weekend? Do you have anything fun going on? Just asking them to share a little bit about themselves and their family life. Saturday, I think that that's pretty self-explanatory, asking them to share their scale or measurements for the week, progression photos, that sort of thing. Shake it up, girls. So what is your favorite Shakeology recipe? How are you mixing it? You know, asking about what they have put in their Shakeology, something to do with Shakeology, and maybe sharing your favorite recipe or maybe a new recipe that you came across. There's a million of them in the Coach Online office or on teambeachbody.com, and Pinterest has a ton of them, you guys. So get creative and share different fun things to do. The mug cake and, you know, just different things to change things up for them. And Sundays. So this would be grocery shopping or meal prepping tips. Asking them to post their meal plans for the upcoming week below. Plan for success. Let's see a pic of your workout gear for tomorrow. Lay out the clothes and set an alarm for Monday morning workout. So we kind of talked about that in prep week. Like, what is their plan for the upcoming week? You know, when are they going to get their workouts in? Is it going to be the same time every day, or is there going to be a little bit of juggling around? What does that look like for them? And then, like I shared earlier, each day I am also creating a post at 7 or 8 p.m. I've been making mine at 7 because I think sometimes at 8 p.m. people are already getting their kids to bed. At least, like, things just get crazy, and I might forget to post if it's any later than 8 o'clock because I'm getting my kids to bed and then I crash. But so at 7 p.m. I'm making that accountability post and just giving them some sort of motivation, how I'm proud of them. You know, I'm excited with all their engagement, whatever it is, just kind of talking to them like I would if they were in front of me, you know, like I talk with you guys, and then ask them to show me the screenshot of the 21 Day Fix Tracker app below so I can see exactly what they've been eating. And then the last thing that I wanted to share is the power of staying in touch with your challengers very regularly through messages, and more specifically voice messages. And just even if it's just a, hey girl, like, I just want to let you know I'm really proud of you. I've been seeing your posts in the group. You're doing a really great job with the engagement. Keep up the good work. Just little things like that go a long way. Like, think about how good you feel when somebody sends you a voice recording or just shoots you a message out of the blue and says, hey, I'm really proud of you. I hope you're having a great day. Little things like that will go a long way to help encourage and empower your challengers to keep on and keep moving forward and to keep progressing. So I hope that that helps. The template that I'm actually going to share is more in detail, but the whole idea behind this template is to help us create amazing challenge groups, to give some guidelines, but to not give all of the, like before when I would give templates, I would literally copy and paste everything that I posted in my group and share it. But my voice is totally different than your guys's. And my journey is totally different. And my followers are totally different. So what is working for me might not work for you, if at all. So this whole guideline is to help give you ideas to think about and to brainstorm about and to post about, but for you to put your own spin on it and to talk. Probably the best thing I've heard lately was through Jesse's Facebook training, and it's to treat your Facebook like you're at a coffee shop, to talk to your followers, to talk in your posts like you would, like I would to you guys talking right now, or like you would to a friend who is sitting across from you in a coffee shop. So think about that. Like, don't just go through the motions and make a post. Like, if you talk retarded like I do and you draw words out and you're goofy and you're silly, I do that in my posts. You know what I mean? I'm like, when I post about my chocolate, I'm like, chocolate. You know, it's like this long when the word is this long. Little things like that allow people to understand and relate to who you are and then get a sense of your personality. And it makes more of a connection. So be you in your posts, whether it's in challenge groups or not. Be you and talk like you would to your friends. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just be you and have fun with it. So that's all the content I have for tonight. I would love if you girls have any questions or comments, or maybe you want to share something that's worked with you recently. Anything. I'll open it up for a few minutes. Not everybody at once.
I am incorporating this, like, because you talked about like getting to know people more on like a personal level and stuff. So I don't know, I guess I kind of, when I was thinking about like changing up what I do, I was like, okay, what's something that like I struggle with, not on a health and like fitness level, you know? And it's just like, sorry, kind of stoned. It's, you know, I've for a while like struggled just with like, not, you know, you want everything to be perfect and it never is ever. And, you know, that's something I've always like kicked myself for, like for numerous things. And I know I'm not, it's just a mom thing. And I think it's just a woman thing, you know, but especially like when you're a mom, you're like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. And it's life. And, you know, so I've just really learned to get to a point where I don't care, you know, like if you come over my house and there's fingerprints all over my windows and there's cobwebs on my ceiling, that's what you get. And I'm sorry, it's life, you know, and I think so many of us just like strive to be that like Pinterest perfect, you know, mom, and no one is. So I got this book and it's really good. Actually, it's sitting here. It's Grace, Not Perfection. So my group, like I'm on day 3 of my group, but I've been like I'll take like a shot of like kind of the main topic, I guess, of what it's about. And then at the end of every chapter, she has like these like journaling questions. So then I put those out to the group for like everyone to kind of like, you know, this, like she's talking about like filling your cup or empty well, like your well has to be full before you fill others, you know, we're talking about that. And then the journal questions are, how can I care for myself? How can I care for others? So then I share that to the group, everyone comment, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Like I said, it's day 3, but we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's a great idea.
So Yeah, especially right now, I feel like with like the insanity of the holidays, like it's just, I mean, it gets so crazy and it goes by so fast. And then I feel like you almost don't even enjoy it because it's just, you're just rushing, rushing and shopping and thinking about all the things you need to do. And, so hopefully, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. That's all. Yeah.
Anybody else? Does that all make sense? Yeah. Good. I will, if nobody else has any questions, then I will definitely get that template uploaded sometime tomorrow for you girls so that you can kind of check that out as well. There is more information. So the way the template committee works is there's like 6 or 7 of us Star Diamond coaches that compiled our ideas, and then we kind of organized, or Meg's assistant organized the information. So like you actually have videos and content from other very successful coaches. There's like some 5-star diamond coaches that were in that group. So you have some really good content in there, and there's a lot of pages. Like I just literally condensed like what you would post about during those weeks. There's a lot of good content. So I strongly encourage you to check it out. It might take you a little bit of time to go through. I haven't even watched all of the videos, but there's a lot of really good stuff there. And one of the girls has incredible prep week stuff that she shared in there. So, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but take something and put your twist on it so that it's you. And I think that you'll find more engagement and more interaction from your challengers because they related to you, and that's why they reached out to you to do the challenge group with you to begin with, right? You're your brand, not Beachbody. They're just using Beachbody products, but they're enrolling with you in your brand and your ideas and your encouragement and your personality. So we have to remember that and make sure we put our own spin on things. Okay? Cool, girls. Thank you all so much for, yes, thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful evening.